starting off physical media pickups for the month of August 2022. Of course, you saw it. Yep, the July horror pack. Alright, what was in it, in case you didn't watch that video? We got Countdown, The Invisible Man, the horror pack limited edition Blu-ray of Dark Tales from Channel X, A Broadcast of Fear, and Anaconda. Should have really gone with the original artwork there. I'm just. And then I also got. I'm showing you a package. Yes, this is, I think, the last part of my Kino Lorber order, which was completely a mess. Ordered it a long time ago, and I think they just totally missed it. And so by the time they got to it, not one but two or three items off my order were, I guess they no longer had they were discontinued. They no longer had any stock. And then I think one of them, they managed to find one. So yeah, it was just a big kerfuffle. But either way, here we go. This was I think this was most of the newer stuff that I had ordered, most of it. So we got the UFO Incident, Treasure of the Four Crowns in Supervision 3D, Terror Out of the Sky, Bzzz. Terror Circus, Tarantulas, the Deadly Cargo, Steel Justice. Going old school here, we got Old Ironsides, yes. And I picked this up. I'm pretty sure I've seen the movie, and as far as I remember, I really liked it. So I grabbed Last of the Dogman, and then finally, Ants. They're gonna get you. Alright, this is starting off August, so you know there's more to come. Let's check it out right now. Hey, August physical media pickups continue. This is, I guess, the second video, and honestly, we aren't even through the first week. Wow, okay, so today was an interesting one. I had to go to the doctor, and so James was dropped off at his grandmother's. And yeah, so I had some free time, and the doctor happened to be near an area of a town that had literally within, like on the same block, right? A pawn shop, a Salvation Army, a used music and movie store, and a sort of a vintage market of sorts. It's sort of like a bunch of vendors get together and they have little booths and all that kind of stuff. And most of it is like vintage and antiques and stuff like that. So I had never been to that vintage antique place, and it's been a long time since I had been to the probably a couple of years at least, since I had been to the Salvation Army or the pawn shop. And I think I've only ever been to the used movie and music store once before. So yeah, I did some shopping. So the first thing I hit up when going into was the Salvation Army, and the first things I did was hit up the book area, and I started finding stuff. So the first things I found were a couple of Fright Times. Now these came out around the same time as Goosebumps and stuff like that. The difference between these and Goosebumps is these are essentially 3 short stories per book. They had 3 books there, but one of them was just another copy of the first one, which was weird. So I grabbed these 2. I don't have any of these Fright Time things, so that's cool. I got to add those to my collection now. And then, since I was already picking up stuff, I grabbed House of Reckoning by John Saul. And I didn't think I had this yet, so I picked up The Fall from Guillermo del Toro and Chuck Hogan. Only problem with this one is this looks great. You know, the dust jacket is in good condition, but oddly enough, when you take the dust jacket off, I mean, it's very, very dirty. The whole point of the dust jacket is to keep it from getting dirty. Whatever. Maybe I can clean that off. But I figured, you know, it was $27 US when it was released. I picked it up for, I don't know, I think it's $4 or $5. These were $2 each. And then, since I was already getting some books, I picked up a Dragonlance Books Brothers in Arms. Again, this was $2. It's practically brand new as far as I can tell. I mean, there's no crinkling on the spine, no writing in it. Pages are all good. And then I picked up, I wasn't sure if I had these or not. I really got to start writing down my books and cataloging them. But I picked up these ones just in case. I've got book 2, 3, 4, and 9 of Everworld. And I think I picked up a bunch of these Everworld books before, but yeah, whatever. Then over to the movies, right? And for the most part, I was striking out, and then I got to these rotating holders of sorts, and I noticed some red cases or maroon cases, whatever color you want to call them. I call them red. And there was a lot of them. So I picked up a bunch of HD DVDs. Now, I don't have an HD DVD player, but I've always wanted to grab a few, especially the horror titles, maybe some action titles and such like that, and eventually get an HD DVD player from somewhere, just to check them out, to see what the big differences are. And some of these, believe it or not, one of them I think was factory sealed. There were other ones that I left behind. Some of them had, you know, busted cases. Some of them were a little bit scratched. Not a lot. I mean, most of these look like brand new. But some of them were dramas and comedies, and I don't really need those on HD DVD. But I did pick up things like Slither, Payback, Last Samurai, The Hitcher, The Shining, House of Wax, which has a very different case. This is the sealed one, well, resealed maybe. Troy, Smokin' Aces, Next, Poseidon, and finally V for Vendetta. So these, I believe, are my first HD DVDs that I've ever gotten. So from there, I think that was before the doctor's appointment. Went to the doctor's appointment. After the doctor's appointment, I went to the pawn shop, and they had a summer sale going on, but there wasn't really too much there that I kind of wanted. There was a few things, but they were overpriced. I mean, they had some 4K stuff at $20. I mean, if I'm going to a pawn shop, I'm not paying full retail price for things. That's just not cool. So next off was going to the used movie video store. Deja Vu Discs is what it's called. And there I picked up a few things. I picked up Saber Sonics. The Sabers of Paradise are Saber Sonic. Sabers of Paradise are Saber Sonic. So I think the Sabers of Paradise is the name of the It's an electronica thing, I don't know. I didn't know anything about them, but I saw that they had an actual section for these guys. So I've got the Sabres of Paradise Saber Sonic 2 and the Sabres of Paradise Haunted Dance Hall. So I've got 3 albums from these guys. And you can see 2 of them were $10 and 1 of them was $7. The last one that I showed you, Haunted Dance Hall, $7. So I figured, you know, I needed some new music, and B, I like to support those guys. They don't quite get, I mean, there's always people trying to sell their stuff to them, but they don't quite as get many people buying physical media. I mean, you know, people just aren't buying the physical media like they used to. But I also picked up this Asma Deva for $8. And it's kind of a weird, I don't know if you'd call them Celtic industrial, I don't know. It was very cool. I looked them up and I was like, okay, this is different. I'm gonna get it. I mean, yes, the entire album is available on YouTube if you wanted to, you know, avoid paying for things. But, you know, it's all good. In terms of movies, I went through the 3D section and saw this, and I said, okay, this is in pretty decent condition. It's a 3D movie with lenticular slipcover. Yes, give me Arthur Christmas 3D with lenticular slipcover. $11.99. It's not the worst price I've ever paid, but they gave me. I got this one here. This is the best buy of the bunch. On DVD for $14. Revenge of the Nerds, the Atomic Wedgie Collection. Now, I believe this is out of print. And if you say you want to try and buy this, I think on Amazon there was a copy new for $250. Yeah, $250. So, yeah. I believe the only Revenge of the Nerds, the first one's the only one on Blu-ray. I would like to see the other ones come out on Blu-ray, and then whatever, that set will be pointless, but either, it doesn't matter. From there, I went over to that vintage market, and there was some cool stuff there, don't get me wrong. There was definitely things that I would have liked to have bought. Some of the prices were a little high, but I mean, considering, other stuff I bought, or I buy in general, really. It wasn't out of the question, but you know what? I had already spent some money, and I had one more place I wanted to check out before picking up the little guy, and that was Sunrise Records, which is closer to my mom, who was looking after James. So before picking him up, I grabbed some food and went to the mall to check out Sunrise Records, where I picked up City Slickers Collector's Edition for $33.99. Now, for some reason, I think I already have this, but I grabbed it anyways. I picked up The Babe for $20. This is a Mill Creek, whatever you want to call these, VHS collection from Shout Factory. We got The Blackout Invasion Earth and Dauntless, The Battle of Midway. This was 20, the other one was 25. Then finally, to round it out, because honestly I didn't even know they were up to this set. I was buying all my sets from Walmart, but I think I only got 1 and 2. I might have picked up 3 from somewhere, but this is set 7 of Naruto. Yeah, they had 6 and I think maybe 5, but I was like, 6 was like $10 more than this one, so I was like, all right, whatever. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's definitely got to check on my collection and see what I'm missing, because I didn't realize they were up that far in terms of releases, which also means I probably have to check in on Hunter x Hunter and catch up on that. Anyways, more to come in August. I mean, it's only the first week, so probably. Let's check it out right now. August pickups continue with a package! Yes, now this one has a little bit of a story to it, because Discotheque Media announced on Facebook that certain titles were becoming discontinued, and well, discontinued as in like as soon as they're gone, we're not making any more type thing, right? So I kind of jumped on that and was like, okay, I'm gonna order some stuff, and yeah. Well, they were in my shopping cart. One of the titles sold out, so I started looking. I was like, Amazon.ca. No, they don't have it. I didn't even think to look to Amazon.com, which still had like 3 or 4 copies left. So I could have grabbed it there. But I started hitting up some of the, more well-known anime stores online, and they didn't have them. And then I came across one that I have looked at before, and I have purchased stuff from before. And that is... Pull out the card that they sent. www.animecornerstore.com. It's Robert's Anime Corner Store. Yes, it's my own anime corner store. Why didn't I think of that? And they had the title still in stock. So with that, I was able to pick up Acro Bunch. And unfortunately, yeah, the disc has come out. So yeah, but this is all 24 episodes in standard definition on a Blu-ray. So it's on, yes, it's standard definition, but it's on a Blu-ray. So you're using a Blu-ray player. It's going to have some Blu-ray players, most Blu-ray players and 4K players will upconvert, or a little bit at least. So it'll have a little bit better resolution and such like that. But it'll have they've managed to put, a lot more, onto the disc because it's bigger. But it's also, more kid-friendly. It doesn't damage as easy. It doesn't get scratched. So I managed to find it and get it. And while I was there, because I couldn't just get one thing, I picked up The Adventures of the Little Prince on DVD. Loved this show growing up. I totally forgot to even see if it had been released on DVD and Blu-ray. So that's awesome. Now this collection contains all 26 English dubbed episodes. So if you want this is the complete English language series. So if you want the Japanese series, because it is produced by Hiromichi Mogaki and Yu Hashioka. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, this is Discotheque and Filmworks put this out. So I don't know if this has ever got a Blu-ray release or not, but I saw it and I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to add to my cart. So there you go. Acro Bunch, The Little Prince, to add to this month's pickups. More to come, I'm sure there is. Let's go check it out right now. I guess pickups continue with some Walmart purchases and a package. Yeah. Let's do the Walmart stuff first. Alright, so I picked up some DVDs. We got The Last Thing Mary Saw. A Shudder original, Hellbender with Slip. No Blu-ray? Come on. Another DVD with Slip, Blood Bite. Gotta love a good shark movie, right? Gotta love a bad one too. Alright, then this is... I think this is one that Leslie's probably going to be all over wanting to watch this year. The X. And after Shark Bite, we got Shark Bait. It's Shark Week, folks. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I gotta do it twice, right? And we got another Shudder original called, what a weird name, Slapface. Again, only on DVD? Come on, what's up with these Shudder originals only on DVD? I guess they want you to get in on that Shudder stuff, right? You want that HD quality, you gotta get in on the Shudder stuff. Here's another one, Shudder original on DVD. They Live in the Gray with Slip, but yeah, as far as I know, only on DVD. Then I got my package here, which is my order from Mondo Macabro. So first up, the ones you all know I picked up, right? The limited edition of Love Brides of the Blood Mummy. I got number 774. The Horrible Sexy Vampire, also known as the Horrible Sexy Vampire. It's got the interesting slip, so there's your... When I do the unboxing, I'll show you that. And apparently, that is not a mistake, or maybe it was originally a mistake. But yeah, apparently that's how it got released originally. For some reason, I don't know. And the other side of the mirror from Just Franco, number 870, increasing my Just Francos. Also picked up on DVD, The Diabolical Dr. Z, Lady Terminator, and Alucarda, all with their nice red cases. Well, there you go. Some nice stuff coming in for August. More to come. Probably. Let's check them out right now.